Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to some more D2. Oh boy. And we continue the adventures of Butterfinger, the Paladin. So, last I checked, I think we were at level 44. Now we're at level 53, and I have not touched Act 2 at all, I promise. So, we are kind of in a better position than we were last time, but I'll look at the stats first. So, okay, here we go. We've got... Oh, hang on, my mic. There we go. Much better. So I've actually maxed Zeal, I've maxed Fanaticism, and I'm starting to max Sacrifice. We've also got mainly just kind of strength pumping right now for better gear. I got max res. I'll show you the armor we've got right now later. Just kind of capped at 100 vit right now, 130 dex. I might put more into Vitality next, get that up to 125. And we got our bad boy, some Ice Blink, just some pretty basic crap here. But the inventory's changed up a bit. I got a new circlet. It's 2 to combat skills. It's not all paladin skills, but it's okay. I got this demon shell. I don't remember where I got that from. I don't think I've changed any of my rings. Now, our amulet's pretty good, I think, too. It's a very nice res, got some basic magic find on it right now. For Nightmare, this is okay. Much better weapon, honestly. A lot better. And the Indestructible proc is fantastic. I think these are new. Not sure. I think. And if you guys can hear that in the background, I just had to get an oscillator today. I'm still waiting on the AC to get fixed. And it's Sunday, so I can't call and complain. So, oh well. Just a couple new charms here and there. Nothing really fantastic at this point. I really like that Grand Charm right there. That's fantastic. I'll show you guys the stash. Not much has really changed. I haven't gotten any crazy runes. Just a lot of new, just kind of twink items I'm looking at so far. This is awesome, but it gets better. You wait. Where is it? I found a nice cold, and yeah, I really like this summoning one. I found another rare that was pretty good, but oh well. Almost got all of Siverbs. Halfway with these guys right here. I might as well try and get all the items in the game. Let's try it. Why not? I gotta get rid of these dupes eventually. I got 3 of these relics as well. Literally one after the other. This is not the same. This is a different weapon. Kind of getting the flawless going here. I did finish the Berserker set. And, of course, I got Eisenhearts. Pretty close with Arctic right now as well. They're pretty garbage, but, you know, it's just what it is. And, it's good for, like, a low-gear character, or low-level character. Not really too worried. And then this is just some crap I've been finding off camera. Nothing really that exciting. A little dry on gold from repairs and summons, but, you know, that's okay. Nothing too wild or crazy going on here. None of this is actually good. I've already looked over all this stuff. I think I found... Yeah, I found this. I think I already have a Cathan Smash. I'm not sure. I did find this Rock Fleece, which would have been really nice early on, but, you know, that's whatever. So, yeah. We're going to go into Act 2 now, and I haven't touched anything. Like, you can check my waypoints. I literally haven't done anything. Let's do a quick Andariel run to show you guys what I was doing. And you can see here I also haven't touched this at all. So, yeah, we've got... I've really gotten tired of farming Act 1. I haven't gotten any good runes or anything yet, but... So, yeah, I've been just kind of checking out the new stuff for... Hang on, this seems awkwardly quiet. Is that better? I hope that's better. Either way, I've been checking out the new DR2 stuff, or D2R stuff. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm excited for it. but I've already played Diablo 2, so it's not really worth getting, in my opinion. Oh, this is so nice. You'd have no idea. Okay, I went to 7 stores, and I circled around a Lowe's twice on foot. This fan in the background took me like 3 hours to find. I am so happy to have it. It's one of those oscillators. It's not like a box fan, because all those do is blow warm air. Those don't do anything. I had to get one of those ones that are the stand-up kind, and just, you know, I'm a fan of stand-up myself, so lol, funny joke. Yeah, so pretty much, you know, it took me like 3 hours to find that, and I'm very, very happy. Every store I went to was completely out. I started at like Fred Meyer, I went to a Best Buy at the very end, but I went to like Walmart, Lowe's, like a Hubbard's, fucking Office Depot. Like, man, I fucking scoured everywhere to look for this damn fan, and I'm so happy I found it. So yeah, Andariel is pretty good. She's all I've really been farming, because she's really not bad. I mean, you can... It's not hell difficulty, so I'm not really worried, obviously, but she's not the worst, and man, you have no idea how tempted I was just to go into, like, Nightmare on my own without recording, but I figured I'll give you guys the pure experience, so... Oh, I should have planned for this better, so let's set it to players 8. Oh my, that was a bad idea. I should have done this first, that was my fault. I just got back home, and I'm really tired. I'll set it to player 1, and let's... Good thing I put that down. That was embarrassing. Wow. This is a strategy you can do that works effectively, because it doesn't really matter how long the game is set into a player difficulty, like player 1 versus like whatever. Players only go up to 8, so you're not gonna be like players 1000 and get like whatever. So I've just been putting it to players 8 for the last kill and just hitting her like that. It's a little cheesy, but I don't have good gear yet, so I'll take it for what it is, you know? That was pretty scrubby, but whatever, man. Act 2, I'm gonna basically try and blitz through it all in one go here. That would be fantastic. And you can see why I'm like, you need gold after a while, because you start to really burn through it. Oh, wow. Wow. Fire skills? What the hell? Just, ew. Oh, fucking gross. That's disgusting. Ew. That's, no. That's awful. Anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into Act 2, because I'm not gonna farm Duriel at all. You cannot pay me enough money to want to farm Duriel in any difficulty, because he's just so shitty. So Act 2, we can skip a dungeon, because we have the Herodric Cube already, so we don't have to go to Dry Oasis, which is great, because fuck going there at all. So we are going to get a free skill point from doing this, and I'm pretty excited, because so far the build is actually coming along pretty well. I mean, resists are really good, damage is okay. I mean, it's pretty alright. I mean, this is not really the best I could do, but it's for what it is right now. It's fairly decent. But I hope you guys aren't bothered by that noise in the background. It's not too loud, I hope, but man, it's 93 in here, and it's been like that for 3 weeks. I think it's okay. Like, I think you guys can live with it for like a few more episodes, because I had to live with it in real life, and it sucks. So, yeah, it's been a week for me in real life. I actually took today off because of stress, so it was a lot of stuff, just family stuff. That's all I want to talk about that. So, yeah. So sewers. let's talk about that, because that's actually important. So sewers is essentially a gold mine for XP in any difficulty. You could do what I did and farm Andariel or all the dungeons around her. That's pretty much what I did. Occasionally I went and tried to do a Countess run or two and just clear out all the uniques, but it really wasn't very good. I mean, it was okay. I didn't have any... No! Shit! That was a dumb mistake. Oh, we're on Players 8. No wonder it was taking so long. But yeah, no wonder. This has just been a tragedy, man. What the hell? Why am I so scrubby? This is terrible, man. I'm tempted to restart this session, but that's... I think it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I'll deal with it. I'll never know what that rare, or that crappy blue amulet was probably. Oh, it was probably like fucking +3 paladin skills. It was glitched, so it had that on it. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool, but I doubt it. Anyways, so yeah, you can do a couple of things to get XP. You can do sewer runs, but one of the main reasons I didn't do that, obviously, was because it wasn't on camera. I'd rather show all of... Ooh. All of the actual, you know, the runs that I take to get to the character to where I'm at, show you guys how to do all the quests. I think the only quest I haven't shown on camera, well, all of Act 4, actually, but I did all of Act 4 over, so, I mean, I think that's fine. Ooh, a soul rune! Yes! 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 Oh, okay, okay. Alright. Yes. Alright. Now, we're gonna see my desktop for a second. And... okay. This is what I need. I needed an Ort and a Soul Rune. Holy shit. Wow. That is... cool. I don't care whatever this garbage is right here. This is more important. So, let's take our Ort and our Soul Rune, and let's get a... I mean, this is not a very high-tier rune word. It's just, for what it is what it is. Let's just put in this shitty full helm. So, Orts, and Soul, and +1 to all skills, a mana after kill, energy, lightning res, damage reduction, and shitty light radius. I am okay with swapping this out for the sake of damage. I know it's probably not the best, but it's something, man. That is so cool. Wow. And yay! More Saigons. Cool. Let's put it in the pile that I'm not touching on camera because it takes too long to deal with. But yeah. There we go, man. Like, fucking, that's how you do it in a bush. Okay, so we gotta... I mean, this circlet might be better, if I'm being honest. Let's go ahead and check our stats out. Well, resistance-wise, we're about the same. Mana is completely irrelevant. Yeah, it's slightly better damage, because it's plus to all skill. I'll still hold on to this, because it's actually a pretty good circlet, if I'm being pretty fair. Because the faster run walk speed and the lifesteal was really what I wanted. Mana fine, I don't really care about the mana. Like, that's whatever. But that definitely boosts up our damage. We're slightly lower on our attack rating, but I am fine with that. Lore is not the greatest... thing ever. I mean, it's just basically temporary crap gear, and I might use this on another character when they hit level 27. So it's just pretty temporary. It's fine until we get a better item. So, oh, I could just, fuck, man, I'm losing it. This is like the weirdest start to a video I've made in a long time. Holy shit. That is so cool. I am so stoked. We found a Saigon's piece to add to the collection, and got a fucking, excuse me, got a fucking rune word out of it, man. Ooh. That's cool, because I was actually trying to up tier him, and I gave up, because I was like, fuck it. Like, my Black Marsh is too bad, and I'm not going to try and re-roll it for the sake of one Black Marsh. So... Because this sounds stupid, but I will actually re-roll maps. In single player, at least. I haven't played on Bnet in a couple of years, but... I mean, I'll sit there and re-roll it over and over until I get a decent one and just farm that. That's what I did with my beef stick, so... I love that name. Just... Oh! Look at that shit, son. Fucking... Get it in ya. I don't really care about defense, because I really don't care. Paladin is already fairly tanky on its own. So, I just want more damage right now. As long as my resistances are fine, I really don't give a shit. Yay! There's the thing. And we're gonna get more damage after this quest, so I'm very excited. Man, it's a good day. It's a fucking fantastic day to call in. I mean, it's not a fun reason why I called in, but, you know, it's whatever. But I was gonna say... I think I was talking about XP, that's right. So, I usually stop farming an area when I notice it takes too damn long to get a level. Because I was actually straight up just leveling off of Andariel, basically. Because once you hit player 8, the XP drop when you kill her is pretty much what you're getting. I mean, I was also running Nightmare Tristram, and... Like I said, occasionally I was doing Black Marsh, but Black Marsh is just... It's too low. I tried a couple of pit runs as well, just to be different, and I didn't like them very much. They just weren't very good. So, those of you who have never played Diablo 2, pits are really good for item find, but it's mainly in Hell difficulty. I mean, Nightmare, you're not going to get very good items. You're going to get okay items, I guess, but it's not nearly as important as it is in Hell. So, the pits doesn't have a waypoint. The way you find pits, and this is helpful for all you guys that are going to be playing D2R, so pits doesn't have a waypoint that's close. It's always going to be outer cloister, and then you go west out into Monastery Gate, and you follow that path, and that path is guaranteed to lead you towards, like, right next to the cave that has pits. The hole is okay, too. It's slightly less item find, but pits is just easier because you're fighting Fallen, but whatever. So, for me, I say if you want to get XP in Nightmare, just kind of cruise around Act 1 for a while until you're probably way more, like, safe than I am, honestly, because level 50 is probably okay to start doing, like, Act 2. I just really wanted to get, like, better gear. I didn't get any SOJ, obviously, but, I think I was wrong. I think it's 1 in 1,000 chance for Andariel to drop that in Nightmare. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and do 1,000 Andariel runs on a fucking Paladin in Nightmare. That's really not my style. I'd rather do that with, like, a Sorceress, because it's way faster. But yeah, the other good area is sewers. I recommend just full clearing sewers. That's another good one. And if you're still hurting for gear and items before Act 3, and you're just really uncomfortable, run Canyon of the Magi. That whole area is very good. It's generally pretty rich, and since it's got like the same monsters every time, it's always got the big Wendigo monsters, it's always got like the beetles. Yeah, the beetles, all of them, Paul McCarthy included. Yeah, they're all there, so it's a lot easier to kind of understand what's going to go on. You can already plan which mobs are going to be out there, so it's a lot easier. I generally don't farm it because I don't play Act 3 ever. I fucking hate it. Or sorry, Act 2. If I'm being honest, I generally don't touch Act 2, even in Hell difficulty. I just want it over with as soon as I go through it. Amazingly, this is going to be where Radament's at. I'm pretty damn sure. But, yeah, man, if you want, like, good shit... Actually, let's take that, because this will be helpful against Radament. Basically, if you want good gear, don't fuck around in Act 2. Get over that shit as quickly as you can. Get over it like a bad breakup, man. Alright, he's gotta be close. This feels Radament-y. I don't think Radament's a bad boss either. If you're gonna do sewers, just clear 1 and 2. Well, you could go up to, like, Radament if you want to. But sewers in Hell difficulty also have a TC-85, or area level T-85, so it's pretty good. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys that are watching this, if you do, I don't really care how many people watch it, honestly. I just like playing Diablo. You're pretty much guaranteed to get better items here, because the most immunities I think you have to deal with in Hell, I think mummies end up becoming immune to poison, and I think the casters are immune to cold, and I think that the forearm raiders, they always have fire. I'm pretty sure those are the resistances. It's been a while since I've done it, but I think those are the main ones. So it's pretty comfortable for a lot of classes to go through here, especially Sorceress. But Pits is earlier, so a lot of players will just get to Hell and they'll try and run Pits to get better items before they keep going in. It's likely, but me personally, I don't know, it just depends. Like, it's so varied for each character with what your gear is and what you're personally comfortable doing, so it's all up to you, man. I mean, me personally, I just want to get through Nightmare as fast as humanly possible to get to Mephisto, to get to better items, and then gear up and kill Diablo, and then when I feel... Oh, here he is. And when I feel comfortable killing Diablo, I'll start moving into Act 5. Usually, I might actually just do quests up to, like, the point where you can do Ancients, and then just stop, and then fight Diablo. Oh, you do you? Uh-huh. Boom. So, usually I'll do that, because the quest rewards are always really good, like the Resist quest, and they don't take very long in Act 5. It's just killing Bale is a giant pain in the ass, so... and put in the Sacrifice, because more damage. Okay. We're not really 100% good yet, but... You know, what the hell does Atma give you? Does she give you a ring or something? I do this every time. I don't know what she does. She does something. They say... she doesn't do anything. She is useless! Just like me. But, yeah. Most players, myself included, generally just run Act 2 as fast as possible because you just don't want to fuck around in here. It's too dangerous. Ugh, gross. Why do I always get gold find? I don't want that. Maybe it's the game's way of saying, get rid of all your crap. Replenish life. I really would like a paladin skill. That would be nice. I've gotten, like, a couple other skillers off camera, but they were all other classes. Is this better for my man, not RYZEN? It's a little chippy on lightning res. It's not really worth it. I don't want to put him at any more risk. So now we can go out and do the shit. Yay. I really hate Act 2, man. I just want it over with. I think I'm pretty much at the point where I can comfortably just blitz through it. I have no reason to try and farm. I don't know. I'll see what these guys are like. I have really good lightning res. You guys have to remember, once you start playing in Nightmare, resistance is the most damn important thing at the beginning, because once you have the ability to circumvent a lot of elemental damage, because you're going to start running into a lot of unique mobs. And this is important for new players coming in from DR2, or D2R, I don't know why I call it that every time. You really need resistance. This is not like Diablo 3, where you just fucking, oh, okay, time to have fun, and then just not pay attention to what you're doing. You really, 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 really need to make sure your resistances are good. Essentially, right now, if I didn't go in there with at least 50 or so lightning res, those dung beetles would have fucking killed me, like, instantly. There's no question about it. Like, I could not be doing what I'm doing right now. You're still gonna take damage no matter what. That's just the way the game's played. But seriously, man, you gotta work on your resistances, and sometimes better damage is not worth nerfing your resistances, because it's not like defense. Defense as a whole, how it works in Diablo, is kind of like if you've ever played RuneScape. It's like that. It doesn't necessarily reduce damage. It reduces the amount of potential for you to take damage. It's hard to explain, but it's not really as important as it looks. I mean, it is, but it's not nearly as important as resistance, because resistances just eat away at everything. So, and they're so easy to stack up. Yuck, gross. I just really want to get Act 2 done with so I can get to Act 3 and then start fighting Mephisto, because I really want... I just want that good shit, man. That's all I want right now. This is really quiet. There we go. I can hear better now. But the one thing you gotta worry about in Act 2 is always going to be poison and lightning. And that's about it. Duriel, you're going to need some cold. But if you're in Nightmare at this point, you probably already know how to take care of most monsters, I'd hope. So, but yeah, I've been looking at Resurrected. It looks pretty cool. I know it sounds bad, but I'm really not as excited for it as it... Because, like I said, I've already played Diablo 2, like, for years. That's why I play, like, Median. I'm actually really looking into playing, oh, what's it called? It's Diablo HD. It's that mod that adds, like, Necro, Barbarian, and then, like, plus more skills and all the cut quests and expansion content to D1. I'm really excited to try that out. I recently played through Diablo 1 at the beginning of the pandemic, actually, because I just wanted to play Diablo 1. It was on GOG, I got it for like $4, so I was like, alright, let's, I'll play your game, I'll do that. Man, this fan is just kicking ass. I'm not sweating, it's so nice. Alright, so we need... Alright, we've already got... What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Let's pay attention a bit. So you can skip the quest that you need to get the cube, because you've already got it. It's Hall's the Dead for the cube. I fuck up this dungeon order constantly. That's why I'm like, what do I do here? It's not like Act 3. Act 3 I think I can fuck up pretty easily, because a lot of Act 3 looks the same. But we need to get Far Oasis for the shaft. You gotta get the shaft, son. Shaft, you're damn right. Yeah, I'm excited for Resurrected. I mean, I've watched the leaked cinematic so far. I'm not really one that cares about graphics, obviously, but I mean, I saw the the graphics they were using for the beta, the alpha. I'd say it looks pretty good. It does lose a lot of the charm because the graphic fidelity is too high. Like, it's like if you put HD graphics to Fallout 1, you know what I mean? It just doesn't look right. But I think it looks pretty good. My main gripe, I guess, is it looks too smooth. I don't know. It runs too smooth. I don't know. I don't have any real complaints with what I've seen so far. I watched the as of right now, Act 1 and 2 cinematics have been uploaded by Blizzard and a couple other fans. I think they look pretty good. I actually really respect what they did with them, which was they didn't touch the voice acting or the music or the pacing. They just updated the visuals. Oh shit. Which I think is exactly how a remaster should be. I haven't looked at any of the quality of life things they're doing. I'd rather be surprised, personally. I know it's being handled by Vicarious Visions, and I actually really enjoyed the Insane trilogy. And they did something else recently, too. So, I mean, as long as it's not in fucking Blizzard's hands, I don't really give a shit. I know there's a lot of fucking controversy about the way that, like, oh no, the fucking Amazon looks like a man, and then, like, I just, fucking dude, that was, like, a really early development model, and it's already been changed, so grow the fuck up. Look at my character right now. Do I really think I care about how he looks and how his face looks? No. You can't even see his face, and all the other fucking thing people are complaining about that's driving me nuts is they're like, oh no, the assassin's butt is covered. It's SJW'd. It's like, dude, that's the starter outfit without any armor, and as soon as you pick up a leather armor or quilted armor, the outfit's different. And why does it fucking matter? Look at the screen right now, and what do you think I'm focusing on the most is every time I'm hitting the D key. That's what I'm worried about, is what is hitting the ground, what is on there, what is the enemy's proc. I don't care about fucking the amount of butt cheek on the assassin, okay? If you want, here's the problem, if you think it's such a big deal, just mod it out. Like, honestly, man, is it that big of a deal? They're like, oh, the Paladin looks like LeBron James, ugh. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna be covered in armor in like 5 seconds. Why does it fucking matter? Like, these are just like the worst people ever I've ever seen looking at something. Or they're like, oh, fucking the Soulstone and Aiden's head is not obviously in his skull. It's stupid. It's not actually. I'm like, you fucking people have probably not even touched Diablo before. You have no idea what you're bitching at. Just fuck off. Like, oh, the Necromancer looks ugly. Dude, do you want him to look beautiful? He's a fucking dude that deals with corpses. Why would he look pretty? I don't care how the characters look. I could give a shit less. Like, I just care how the game plays. I don't care about how it looks. But how much I have seen... Let's talk about cinematics right now. I really, really like them. There's some small things they've changed, but I think it's so inconsequential that it doesn't really matter. I noticed there's one thing that's different is the Aiden, or the Wanderer. His face is a little too clean looking for my liking. And this is not me bitching, this is just, it's a different style. Like, if you look in the original cutscenes, which I've seen a billion times, and I actually showed my roommate this, I was like, hey, here's the side-by-side. His face in the Luke Golain cutscene was what I was referring to, when it shows him looking near the fire. I personally like the original better, because I think it shows his corruption a lot better. And I mean, I actually really like that I forget those are enemies. Oh my god, I was like, what the fuck is that? I really like the Act 3 teaser one where it shows him screaming in Tal Rasha's tomb and his face starts getting all fucked up. That I think is better. I don't think it's bad, I just think, I mean, the Wanderer in Act 1 cutscene, like the very beginning one, you know, where he walks in the pub in the monastery. I think that cutscene's really good. Like I said, I don't really care about graphics. To me, it's just inconsequential. I may have like a fucking 1080i or whatever the hell in here. I don't remember what my graphics card is. It's like, currently I hate to boast, but it's like one of the top of the line ones, but I don't really care. You know what I mean? But I really like the cutscene so far. And I don't really care about the story in Diablo 2 because I already know it, like, by heart. Despite me fucking it up constantly, I do know it very well. I'm very familiar with Diablo lore in general. But, yeah. I personally like it. I like, there's a couple of differences, like I said. Like, you'll notice when Marius is talking to Bale, spoiler, he doesn't, when he says, Tyria, or sorry, Marius, how exactly is this not your fault? And he raises his hand up in the original, but in the remake, he doesn't. Like, that's not a fucking negative. I'm just like, that's something I noticed. Like, Marius doesn't drool when he's on the floor in that shot. I don't really care, personally. It's just, it's fucking $60 for drool physics. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. But, like, it's something I noticed is different. Like, you notice that Aiden doesn't have the red pulsating scar where the soulstone would be when it shows him, like, his hand shaking and everything when he's like, he had demons of his own and he was struggling to contain them. Like, I don't really care. It's inconsequential. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. But I think I like the original's depiction of him better in those cutscenes because he looks like he's slowly being corrupted. I don't think it's bad, but I will say I like the Act 3 cinematic teaser. Like I said, I haven't seen the Act 3 intro cutscene yet, because it's not out as of right this minute. Well, it probably is, I just haven't looked it up, I just got home. But, yeah, I like it. I mean, he looks pretty fucked up, and I can't wait to see the rebirth scene and see how well they did with that, because I think that's a very good cutscene in general. And I love it. I think so far, I can't wait to see what their version of Bale is going to look like, because I think this is going to settle the debate whether or not Bale actually had Talrash's face stuck to him, like, as a insulting sign. I've always kind of viewed him as having a fucked up face already, but, I mean, I've always kind of thought he had Talrash's skin stapled to his face. But we'll see. I mean, I don't really care, but I like to see the interpretation of it in glorious new HD. And they look pretty. They look really nice. I still think that the original Diablo 2 cinematics look very, very good. As much as I hate Blizzard, I can't fault that their CG department is fantastic. They really do a good job. But yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from it so far, I think it's looking up to be a pretty good game. I personally probably won't play it. I also don't care about ladder because allegedly you're going to be able to import your characters from, like, D2. And I'm like, dude, that's going to flood the online economy with, like, duped and fucking hacked items, like, day one. So everyone's going to have Enigma, like, day one. They're gonna go on D2 JSP and buy fucking Enigma with gold, forum gold and then fucking flood the market. I already know how this is gonna work. So I personally, as much fun as it would be to make a ladder character, I don't want to. And I really don't want to reinstall Blizzard on my PC ever again. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm interested, but I really don't think I care. If they let you import your CD key, or, like, send Blizzard a screenshot of your CD key that you physically own, and let you just get it for free, maybe. But I don't care. Like, I do actually own this. I own the Battle Chest edition. I got it when I was 17. So, yeah, I was 17. I had to think about that for a minute. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited. It's good to see people getting into Diablo 2. I haven't played a lot of ARPGs, but I really think Diablo 2 is the gold standard. I mean, I'm always tempted to play Path of Exile, but then I read like 7 Steam reviews that say it's changed, it's not really the same game anymore, and I don't want to go into an inferior game, you know? I don't want it to be like Diablo 3, where it's not even the same game anymore, and you go in playing it and you just get disappointed. I don't want to do that, and it's so hard I mean, you've got to realize, I've been playing Diablo 2 since 2011. And it's so hard to learn another game that's like Diablo 2. So, I don't mean to be that guy, but it's like, dude, it's not as easy as just, oh, you know, play it. It's easy. Like, there's so many, like, differences between those two games. Or there's Path of Diablo, there's MedianXL, there's Diablo HD. Like, there's so many mods of Diablo that I still want to try those out, and they're all different. They all have different skill trees, and they all have different, like, perks and character classes and different, like, and Amazon and Diablo MedianXL is nowhere close to it, like an Amazon in vanilla Diablo. I gotta remember this is here. I'm gonna forget about it. I really probably will. So, it's so hard, man. Like, investing all that time into a new game and learning all the items and how they synergize, how they work, like, that's so brutal. Like, it's like learning another class shooter. Like, I couldn't do that. That's, like, so much work, man. Yeah. Well, we're at 40 minutes, and I fucked around a little bit, so let's try and get, what do we gotta get? The Claw Viper headpiece. Okay. Take a drink. Alrighty. Ugh. Jesus, dude. I got up at like 1 today. I was just exhausted. Oh, I haven't even had any coffee. I've just been pounding down monsters. I don't like doing that. I really don't. It's not really my thing. But yeah, I'm very excited for Resurrected because I am curious to see what kind of quality of life things are going to add. I think the UI is fine. I can't really think of anything bad about Diablo 2's user interface. Obviously playing it in like a high resolution would be fantastic, but you know, there is mods for that, but they have a lot of conflicts and they don't always work. So it's a little bit of a toss-up for a lot of people, especially like me, who are... I'm kind of a purist when it comes to games. I was very hesitant to using Plugy. I used to think it was against the, it's against the rules. Hey, who turned off the sun? You fucking punks. But, you know, I mean, over time I got used to it. Because I was like, oh, fucking, it lets you get Bnet shit. But I'm like, wait a minute, I don't play on Bnet ever, so what's the point? Or, oh, it lets you, redo the Cow King over and over. Oh, that's kind of cool, because he has unique drops, and cows actually have a good, like, area thing, and... yeah, like, doing cows, like, is shit, because you can only do it once, and if you kill the Cow King, the portal's fucking closed. There's ways to, like, circumvent it, but it's just iffy, and it sucks, and I hate doing it. Or the Pendle portal, like, that's cool, because if you kill Nihilithok, the what's it called? The portal actually closes, and you have to go in that waypoint, and that's a pain in the ass. Like, I don't want to not do the quest just because I'll lose one of the best drop tables in the entire game in hell. So, like, I think those are okay quality of life changes, and, I mean, yeah, you can respec at any time, like, that's cool, but I personally don't like that, but it's nice that it's there. I don't really respec very often unless I'm playing as a sorceress, because, well, summoner, I understand what I'm doing. Sorceress, you kind of might have to if you're not careful, and sometimes it's beneficial, but it depends, so... But, I mean, you can respec, it just takes a very long time, and if your character can't get to the areas to respec, I totally understand it. However, I mean, there's also the cool shit that, like, Plugy adds, which is, like, Uber Diablo with one SOJ, because, God forbid, you're gonna sell, like... I mean, SOJs are pretty rare, as is, so... basically just having one to make the Uber quest spawn, that's pretty handy, I will say. So if they do add those kind of features, maybe through feature creep in the future, I would personally maybe look into it. I highly doubt they're gonna have like a Plugy style support, because that would break the game. Like, that would completely break the economy. Because that would be like thousands of jewels, gems, and like, just, it's so easy to edit, like, the code, and then like, you could just, oh yeah, there'd be too many issues with having Plugy. That's why Plugy's not allowed on Bnet and doesn't actually work with Bnet. So, for me, it makes total sense. Like, keep in mind, I can and have played Diablo 2 the pure way, if you want to call it that. Before all that, I actually didn't use Plugy until like 2 years ago. So it's not like I'm unfamiliar with how to play Diablo 2 regularly. It's really not that different. The only difference is you're not going to have, you know, a set collection. You're not going to have, like, a shared stash. If you have a shared stash, you have a different character. Usually you're just muling it over. So, I mean, that's different, but it's not a big deal. Like, I fucking made a necromancer that had Enigma without actually, like, having the ability to store all my runes. I just did it through up-tiering constantly, and so it's totally doable, and everyone did it before. So having, or they just made a mule, obviously, and they just put it on their mule account. So it's totally doable. I get it. Like, I don't care if they don't add Plugy style menus and stuff. Like, I don't care. If they had the Plugy style stat screen, like right here, I would love that. That'd be cool. So, because surprisingly, Diablo 3 actually did have a full stat screen, which was pretty cool. But it was pointless anyways, because it's Diablo 3. So, I think it also shows the testament of how impactful Diablo 2 is over Diablo 3. Like, are they doing a remaster of 3 ever? Probably not. Is the game going to be DRM? That's the big question. Because, fuck, dude, I'm playing Diablo 2 right now off of my CD key that I've had since, like, 2011, and I've, you know, been using that forever, and I'm connected to the internet, obviously, right now, but when I first played it, I didn't have internet. I was actually moving at the time I first played, so I didn't even have internet. I didn't even have a patch. So, like, yeah, man, there's so many things that make Diablo 2 a fun and eternal game. Like, you always can go back to it, because it's easy to set up. Okay, not really, but you know what I mean. It's very friendly to get running after you do a lot of hoops. So that's my one thing I have for remasters and not remakes, because a lot of games end up becoming damn near impossible to run. Like, I cannot get for the life of me the original Rise of the Triad to run smoothly, and if there was a Night Dive Studio style remaster of it, I would buy it, because I think that game is just so unfriendly to run, and it barely works on modern OSs. So, oh shit. I'm totally okay with that. Like, I don't like remakes, I like remasters. There's some remakes where it's a debatable thing, like Metroid Zero Mission. Shit! No! There we go. Like, Zero Mission, fucking fantastic. I play that over original Metroid every time, because it's just objectively better. It's literally Super Metroid and a good game. Like, it's just fucking solid, dude. Why would you want anything else? So you can see where I'm in the middle. When a remake is so damn good, like AM2R. AM2R is 100 times better than the piece of shit that fucking Ninfrendo came out with, and they cease and desisted it. I still have my copy of it though. So, you know, it's not really the same. It's like, it's a mod, but it's fucking great, and it's fun, and it's faithful to the original, like, without adjusting weird shit. Like, I like that. Except for the escape sequence that you're required to sit through every time. I don't like that part. I think that part's a little boring, because, I don't know, once you've seen it once, you're like, alright, cool, it's gonna shoot me out, yeah, oh no. Like, and I think that the boss fights are a little lackluster. I don't even like that one where you have to fight that, like, bullet hell, like, spider thing or whatever. I don't mind it, it's not great, but it's not bad either. It's just kind of ass. Metroid in boss fights has never been a graceful thing, in my opinion. Let's go to Arcane Sanctuary, and then we'll call it a video. Because I can do that pretty quickly. Lysander! How you doing, man? But I don't know. I'm in the middle with remakes because I think they're lazy, and they're just shit usually because, I don't know. If someone tried to remake Resident Evil 4, there's no point. Resident Evil 4 is already a fucking gem of a game. Like, they remade Resident Evil 2 and 3 because they're jank and ass and weird. I want in there! Not pass? No! I have to talk to Drognan, don't I? Like, Resident Evil 4 is fantastic. It doesn't need a remake. It just needs to be reported. Because if you report the game on a friendlier system... Here's an example. Silent Hill 2. Why the fuck is that not on PC? Like, seriously. That's bullshit. Do you know how much a copy of Silent Hill 2 goes for? It's like $120 and they're fucking really rare, and that's not even including the fact that you'll get the game. Like, that is why re-releasing and remastering are fine. But when it comes to remaking it, nobody would like it. They'd be like, no, it's a perfect game, don't change it. I don't think... It's just so lazy. Like, the Rise of the Triad remake, I think, is kind of assy. Like, I played through it on the hardest difficulty as well, and I just thought it was okay. It's just not a good game. Like, Rise of the Triad was really shitty to start with. Like, it's really confusing. I've only been able to get like halfway through that game before I get so angry at it and just stop playing it, because it's not good. It's just because it's an old FPS game does not mean it's a good game. Like, I love Doom Eternal, and yeah, it's a remake of Doom 2, but id Software knows what they're doing, and I kind of trust them in that regard, because id is a pretty reliable company. They make solid games, they make solid tech. So I don't really mind if they do it, because Doom, in my opinion, is a solid shooter, and it doesn't really matter if it's a remake or not, because the story doesn't matter. And it's like if they made a new Quake game and called it just Quake, I'd probably still buy it, because, and if it was a remake of Quake 1, I'd still buy it, because I like Quake. If it was bad, that's more on the developers and not the game itself. If the game itself is bad and the developers are bad, then yeah, you can start saying that, but, like, I wouldn't blame id. I'd probably blame the people that programmed it, because they're the ones that probably fucked it up, not the actual company itself. Like, I really hate when people in this day and age try to assume the company itself, like, as an entity, just created it and called it good, when it was 99% of the time it's the programmers, the art staff, it's like middle management telling people to do whatever. Like, it's never as easy as it. You can't just say, fucking David Jaffe, you piece of shit, made fucking Gears of War 4, it's a piece of shit. Like, that doesn't really mean anything, because David Jaffe didn't design and create every single string of coding and every single art asset and every single, like multiplayer decision. Like, David Jaffe just came to mind. I don't know why. I haven't played Gears of War in like 20 years. That's like, you can't be like, fucking Bungie, you piece of shit. Like, because they made a bad Halo game or something. Like, it's the programmers. Yeah, it does boil down to the company after a while, but there's a lot more than just the company itself just looked at it with its own eyes and said, I, as Blizzard, released a shitty Diablo game. It was like the... There's a lot to Diablo 3 that made it bad. Diablo 3 was just objectively a bad game. And I got in an argument at work the other day. I was like, no, it's a bad game, dude. Like, it's not good. You can like it, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, if you like it or not is irrelevant. That's not an argument. That's just, I like it. That doesn't mean anything. If you like something, it can still be bad. I'm willing to admit, I like Duke Nukem Forever. It's a shitty game, but I really like it, and I find it fun and stupid and fun. But I'm not gonna sit there and say it's good. Oh, you gotta be shitting me, man. Really? That is so solid. Wow. That is... fucking really. It's not fair.